Felipe Anderson's gone, almost officially. There's your daily Declan. There's Danny Ings. There is two other strikers and a centre half. There's quite a lot going on in the West Ham world of tittle-tattle, and that is despite everything being massively overshadowed by England making it all the way to the Euro 2020 finals, which of course is held in 2021. Just to go on Felipe Anderson, Lazio have announced it, that he's signing via their Twitter feed. Now, it's a little bit is lost in translation. A lot is lost in translation. Read between the lines, you get it. It says a statement. Felipe Anderson and Lazio have found themselves after 3 seasons lived apart. Okay, we get it. We understand. When the roads parted, the club and the Brazilian continued towards their respective ambitions. For Lazio to chase a Champions League, from tomorrow, his home will once again bear the colours of the sky of a city that smiles more than London. I don't think it does at the moment. I really don't. Well, we'll see. Actually, maybe it does. Let's wait until after Sunday. And he wants to bring back the smile of Felipe Anderson. His football. It's all but confirming his signature. It's suggesting Felipe Anderson wasn't smiling at West Ham. I get it. It's fine. It wasn't. He wasn't really. Now here's what is the displayed fee. This is what has been doing the rounds. That Lazio are paying West Ham 2 million, only 2 million, which is 3 million euros apparently, plus a 50% sell-on fee. Which I don't read too much into sell-on fee because I don't think they'll sell him, and if they do, I don't think they'll sell him for very much. I don't think that tells all the story. Now this is just my opinion. Just my opinion. Transfers, when they're made, are never paid all the way up front. When it happens, a big fuss is made about it. Sebastian Haller to Frankfurt was to be paid over 18 months, if you remember. That was unusual. That's why we heard so much about it. Normally it's paid in instalments over the duration of the player's contract. From what I can gather, we will now not pay the final instalment of Felipe Anderson's transfer fee to Lazio. The thing that makes it interesting is going back to where he came from. We didn't have that luxury with Haller because Haller went to Ajax. So actually, we lost out massively. We've lost out a lot on this. This is a bad transfer. A bad transfer, don't get me wrong. But it's not like we're getting 2 million. So I think, looking at it, and as I say, it's only my opinion. I'm not entirely sure. I think we owed them as a final payment 7 or 8 million. That would sort of make sense if you did the sums and you looked at it. Paid over the duration of his contract, which it wouldn't have been, the next payment wouldn't have been due until the end of July anyway. So that's sort of 7-8 million that's not going out the club that was due to go out. So there's a saving of that. Plus 2 million, let's call it 10 million. Plus the liability of his wages. Now, we don't know exactly. We never do. Rumour has it he's on 70 grand a week. I'd suggest it's a bit more. I'd imagine it's a bit more. But let's call it 70 grand a week just to be conservative with the estimates. That's 3.5 million-ish a year. So the actual liability that we've saved is more like 13.5 million. So that's actually a significant amount. It's a deal well worth doing. It's still a bad loss. There's a massive amount of money lost there. We've obviously paid out a lot of wages up to now. We've paid out whatever 25 odd million already. We won't be getting that back. We've made a loss. However, bearing in mind Felipe wasn't going to go on and do anything at West Ham. It's best to take the money now and run. And actually, we're quite lucky that Lazio want him back. Because I don't think we would have even got near 10 million had somebody else just come in to buy him. And in fact, nobody did come in to buy him. Probably says quite a lot about it, by the way. Anyway, so farewell, Felipe. Didn't work out. Bit of a shame. I've gone into it time and time again where I think it went wrong and what I think he didn't do well. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Our club, West Ham, haven't announced it yet. It's going to be, and they're probably announcing it while I'm recording this video now. So that's done. There's lots of rumours. The other big rumour that I'm really sort of enjoying a little bit is Danny Ings, because obviously he's a fantastic player. Now Ings is in the last year of his contract. If you looked at Danny Ings that wasn't injury prone, a Danny Ings that wasn't in the last year of his contract, I'd imagine is a 40-50 million pound player. Well, he is injury prone. He is in the last year of his contract. So I reckon you get him for 20 million. I really do. I don't think Southampton are in a position to play hardball. It's easy to look at other clubs and think they can play hardball, but then when it's your club, you think, oh, we're at risk here. So, reading between the lines, they're going to want to take what money they can get. Now, as far as West Ham are concerned, would Danny Ings come to West Ham? Yes, I think he would. That being said, would he prefer a Champions League club? I think so. But we are in Europe. The other thing is, would he prefer to see out the last year of his contract at Southampton and then leave on a free? Quite possibly. Quite possibly. So I don't think we're nailed on for this signing or anything close. In fact, I think it's more like 20-30% chance of us getting him. But I do think we should go for him. He is injury prone, as myself and Gio discussed once. You probably find out that him and Antonio are both injured at the same time. That being said, you're factoring that in. That's factored into the price. In fact, he's injury prone. That's why you're not paying 40 million. The very fact that Southampton have just had a bid for Adam Armstrong, that striker that keeps getting linked with us, and had it turned down, again, we don't. It's undisclosed, so you don't know. Anyone that says they know is either involved in the deal, in which case I doubt they'd leak it, or they're guessing. But so whatever it might be, 15, 20, 25 million, could be anything. The point is, Blackburn have turned it down. The fact that Southampton are looking to spend that sort of money on a striker, I don't know. Again, just my reading of the situation may well mean that they're resigned to Ings going and departing. Does that make it a better for West Ham? Well, I guess it makes it better for any club that are looking to sign him in that sense, because it, as I say, it just means they've admitted defeat, really, Southampton, in that. And it may be a transfer that actually works out well for them anyway. We've been linked again with Nottingham Forest captain Joe Worrell, a good player. He's the centre-back, good guy, one of the best defenders in the Championship last season. Looks about 10 million quid, something like that. We've actually been linked with, I like this one, a player called Muldur. Not to be confused with Mulder from the X-Files, of course. He's probably a little bit past it, and a little bit short for us, if truth be known. Although I wouldn't mind Gillian Anderson. That's Scully, isn't it, if you remember? Mulder is also being pursued by Tottenham. I don't know did I say this already? He's a fullback. Let's have a little look, find out a little bit more about him here. He plays for Sassuolo, if that's how you say it. There you go. It shows how much I know. He played for Turkey and the European Championship. Did not play well, Turkey, did they? Did not have a good championship. They've got some good technical players, though, and I certainly wouldn't write them off. Wouldn't write off a player just because he's represented Turkey in in that particular championship. Actually, Turkey have got some very, very good players. They do churn out good technical players. There's no doubt about that at all. Your daily Declan, well, it's just everywhere. I mean, I'm not going to spin the camera around now because it'd just be a pain in the arse to do so. But it's Declan Rice everywhere. Declan Rice is going everywhere basically, and you just think, well, okay, hopefully. Well, they can't all be true because he can't go everywhere. I mean, there's a real tenuous report suggesting Chelsea are going to bid 150 million for Erling Haaland. And then they would pay 70 million for Declan Rice. Really? I can't imagine that. I really can't. I mean, that would be an awful lot of money to spend, even for Chelsea. I don't think so. I can't see it. Anyway, there you go. That's just what I think. I can't even see them signing Haaland, but I guess someone's going to sign him. Why not Chelsea? My point is, if they sign Haaland, are they going to sign Declan Rice? I doubt it. Honestly, he's linked with everyone. Tammy Abrahams, Dean Windass has urged Abrahams to sign for West Ham. Where is he coming from? Why is he? He's everywhere. I don't mind him actually. I quite like Dean Windass. He's a good, funny guy. But he's urging Tammy Abrahams to sign for West Ham. I'm not entirely sure how much Tammy Abrahams listens to Dean Windass. Probably about as much as I do. I don't know. Loads and loads of stuff here. The Pereira one, and I guess the one that everybody's talking about is Roman Yaremchuk, which of course Ukrainian striker. He's the Ghent striker. Ghent's the club. Not so sure that's going to happen. Maybe none of these will happen. But there we go. That is the West Ham tittle tattle and West Ham news. I just want to finish up finally, because myself and Gio did the review yesterday about England. I'm absolutely buzzing. It's tremendous. It's amazing. The reason I left it to the end is I'm aware not all of you are England fans watching this, and I've got to say the review was a weird place to be. Last night, so a lot of angry people in the chat. A lot of angry people. Just posting the same thing. England are cheating. England are cheating. England are cheating. If you haven't listened to the review, maybe you didn't tune in because, as I say, maybe you're not. Maybe you're not interested in the England stuff. I didn't think it was a penalty. I didn't think the Sterling one was a penalty. I didn't think the Kane one was a penalty. But here's the thing. Two things. Number one, as a West Ham fan, as an England fan, we've been cheated many, many times in the past. I mean, loads. We've been on the wrong end of decisions. So I don't believe that, it comes around and it evens itself out. I don't even believe that. But I'm not going to complain. I also don't think it was an absolute... the result of the game, which was England winning, was unrepresentative of the game. I do think England were a better team. We had far more shots, posed far more of an attacking threat. As the game went on, England were getting stronger. There's no doubt about it at all. And it wasn't England cheating. Did Raheem Sterling throw himself down? Yes, he did. But if it's that bad, then VAR should be really dealing with that and picking it up. I'm surprised they didn't. I was surprised the decision was upheld, really. As for the VAR, some people in the chat were saying England have paid off the VAR. I mean, come on. They just haven't. Don't get me wrong. I think UEFA and FIFA historically are not beyond certain things, but I don't. I mean, come on. England were a better team in that game. Anyway, so it was just, I just noticed it was so angry, everybody, about it. But you know what? That's done. And as an England fan, West Ham fan, I don't care anymore. We got through. I'm delighted to reach a final. Cannot wait until Sunday. I guess I better start making some plans ready for Sunday. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Cannot wait. There you go. What can I say? Anyway, so there you go. Even once this is over, once Sunday's over, hopefully England wins. It's going to be a real tough game. There's no doubt about it. Then we will be back on to more West Ham news. And I just think it's going to then come thick and fast. The transfer budget, stuff like that, we'll get onto in future videos, probably around sort of next week. Up until then, thank you for joining in. Don't forget to click like if you liked it. Don't do that. Do that. And please hit the subscribe button.